because I'm a Londoner. Now, the lyrics have been specially adapted for the housing crisis, okay? Elliot, can you do the first, can you just play the tune once in case some people haven't heard of it, okay? You ready?
Could you tell me a little bit about the situation here?
The situation is that a number of Hammersmith and Fulham residents' associations have applied for the Prince of Wales pub to be an asset of community value. They've nominated it. That means that the Prince of Wales pub and the surrounding Empress Place has been temporarily reprieved from demolition by developer Capco. Now, this is a temporary reprieve. In the meantime, there's local residents very impassioned about saving our Victorian heritage. They're trying to find interesting historical facts to help save these buildings. These buildings are not part of the Earls Court master plan, but Capco have managed to gobble them up as part of their development. So we've lost the exhibition centres, we're going to lose these Victorian workers' cottages, two pubs that are well loved by the local community, all for luxury flats, and then just down the road there's 22 acres of decent homes, West Kensington and Gibbs Green Estates. That's going to be demolished by Capco as well. So basically we're here today to reclaim our streets and have a bit of Victorian fun. Local residents have got together, found out about different characters in history, and we've come in costume, and we just want to celebrate our history and just appreciate what we still have.
Can you tell me who you're dressed as today?
I'm dressed as Queen Victoria, and my son is...
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Who are you?
I'm Prince of Wales. I'm with Queen Victoria today to try and stop Capco knocking down my iconic building that we've had for so many centuries. So hopefully through this gathering of people today, that we can make a show that we're against all these people of knocking down all these places. And where are we going to put us all? Where am I going to go? You can build the palace up as well, but you know, where else can we put them all? You know?
Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I live with my song. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I live in a song.
Hi Anne, what can you tell me about Empress Place?
It's actually Richmond Place, sometimes known as Richmond Gardens, and it first appears on London maps in about 1860. These buildings are unique because of their brickwork. If you look at the lovely friezes, they are typical of the architect John Young. His dates are 1797 to 1877, and he was a pupil of William Porden, who was very active in Brighton during the Regency period. So there are huge architectural and historical links to the enormous development of the mid-19th century.
It is shocking that such a street, so typical of the housing built in our Victorian times, should fall victim to the greedy, selfish developers. This street is well built, has been lived in happily for generations, and above all, brims full of character. Look at it now.
I get a funny feeling inside me when my stress cross my feet. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner, I end up on the street.
Why should these places be saved?
Because they are graceful in themselves. If you look at the scale of the buildings, they are not for rich people, they are for poor people. Most of the buildings that get saved are saved because important people lived in them. And it's unique. There is nowhere else with these brick friezes. The only other example is in the Eastcheap Conservation Area in the city.
Oh,
how much of a loss will it be if they're...
Well, it's a huge loss. It's characterful. There used to be an orchard at the end. If you point your camera at the end, where the gate is, it was market gardens, and this street was used as the entrance to the Earls Court showground when Queen Victoria made one of her rare visits out of her palace to see the Bill Buffalo show in May 1887. And it was the nicest entrance. They used this street as the entrance to the showground. And that's why it's called Empress Place and not Richmond Place, which was the original name.
What is happening generally in Earls Court at the moment? If you could just give me a quick overview.
The Earls Court 2 Exhibition Centre has been completely demolished, and the Earls Court Exhibition Centre, the iconic building, that's in the middle of being demolished. Residents have been very, very worried about the public health concerns regarding the 235 tonnes of asbestos that was in the old building. So basically, we are living in a building site. People are very concerned about the grey dust that has fallen over Earls Court in the last few weeks. People are very worried about their health. They haven't got access to the asbestos risk survey. We're wondering, why can't we see the asbestos risk survey? Why is it being kept secret? And lots of local businesses have suffered from the loss of turnover with the exhibition centre, which brought in over £1 billion a year to our economy. So basically, people are worried about health, loss of amenities, the heritage being demolished. It's a bit of a mess.
You have approximately 7,600 homes, but actually they're going to, in order to achieve this, they have to demolish 760 homes. They're therefore going to replace 760 homes. This doesn't mean to say, when they say they're going to give, we've got affordable housing, well, we have the affordable housing already. They're merely replacing it and using it as part of their overall percentage. And therefore, though it meets the criteria of providing housing for young professionals, it still doesn't provide the additional affordable housing that we desperately need.
And is this another example of property being built to be sold off plan in the Far
Yes,
East?
absolutely. It's a lot of the buildings in the Lily Square development have been sold off plan to Far East, other foreign investors. A one-bedroom flat was going something like nearly £1 million. It's well out of reach of ordinary Londoners, ordinary people.
So it's a crisis. It's a crisis for people on low incomes. It contributes towards donutting, where we'll have low-paid workers moved further out of London. And it's just, we will lose the diversity that we have within our population, which actually makes the place attractive.
Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner. I can't afford my rent.
Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner. I have to live in Kent. I only feeling inside of me when
Maybe bang on the door. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner. Where I've always been born. Get on your marriage. Prince and